Happy Friday, and welcome to today's Ab Attack. Today's class will be a little bit different. The timing and that we do intervals of work and rest will still be the same, but instead we're going to do back-to-back work time. So we only have one round, and we have two exercises that will be paired together. So we have 16 different pairs, or 8 different pairs, 16 total exercises. Our timing will be 30 seconds of that first exercise, and then we move straight into 30 seconds of that second exercise with no rest in between. And then we'll get 15 seconds to break, and then we'll do those two pairs, or that one pair, two exercises for a second round. And then after that, we move on to the next exercise. So once we get done with those two sets of that pair, that will be it for those those movements. That'll be it. We'll just move on to the next one. So I'm going to go ahead, demo what our first set will be. So our two exercises, we have our leg raise with a clap. So we're going to start with our legs extended, laying on our back, pulling that belly button into our spine, lower back nice and flat. We're going to raise our legs straight up. Once they are up, we're going to take our hands and wrap them around the legs just to touch. Bring it back down, lower the legs, back up. And then same thing, hands come up to touch, making sure those shoulders come off. Then our second exercise that it is paired with, after we do 30 seconds of that, we're going to keep our legs in the air, and we're going to go straight into some hip lifts, just like this. You don't have to lower the legs all the way down. You can keep them up just as so, and then just a slight raise of your hips off the ground and then back down. So those are two exercises. Go ahead. Start on your floor, laying on our back, legs extended. We're going to raise them on up. Once they are up, reach those hands around the legs, lay back down, and then go ahead and lower. So we will start in 5 seconds. We have 3, 2, 1. We pick it up. Hands come around to touch, lay back down, lower, back up, touch, down, lower. Again, keeping that lower back nice and flat. We have 30 seconds of this, and then we move straight into that hip lift. 10 seconds till we keep the legs up and raise the hips up. We have 3, 2, 1. Keep the legs up and just slightly raise the hips off the ground. It does not have to be super high. Focusing on the lower portion of our core right now. Just over 10 seconds. And then we get to rest for a little bit. Go ahead and relax. We just have 15 seconds to rest. Bring the legs back out. We're coming back into the leg raises with the clap. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. Hands come up to touch. Legs come back down. Only lower the legs as far as you can without the back beginning to arch or before it touches the ground, whichever comes first. 3 seconds, and then we keep our legs up, lift the hips. Just a slight raise of those hips off the ground. Again, it does not have to be very high. Ten seconds. 2, 1. Go ahead and relax. We are done with those 2. Now we're keeping our legs bent, hands by our head, and we just bring our elbow to that opposite knee while keeping our feet up. Let's go ahead and start. 3, 2, 1. Elbow, opposite knee. Feet should be in the air. Our knee hangs, cross crunch. 10 seconds. And then we're gonna come into our knee hang sit up. We've done this before, bringing our backs off the ground. Let's go ahead, sit it on up. We're gonna bring our back completely off the ground as we hover those feet. Introduce this one the past couple of weeks. Palms should be facing up as you sit up. Those feet do not touch the ground. You keep them off the floor. We have 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and relax, just 15 seconds. So we're gonna bring it onto our backs. Again, legs bent, feet in the air, hands by our head, cross crunch, sit up in 3, 2, 1. Elbow to that opposite knee. Ten seconds. And then we're gonna sit it up. Keep the feet off the ground in 3, 2, 1. Bring it on up. Keep the feet from touching the floor. Try not to use any momentum. Keep that chin off that chest. Engage your core to bring it up to that balance. Looking good, Alex. We just have a little bit over 10 seconds, and then we are done with these two work or movements. 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and relax. We are going to stay seated. We have Russian twists paired with V-sit marches, alternating those legs. Let's go ahead, start twisting, and outside of the hips, we're twisting. If you want that extra challenge, you pick the feet up off the ground, let it hover the entire time. Engage that core, back is nice and straight. Either have your heels down, toes up, or feet hovering. We're gonna move into our marches in 3, 2, 1. Extend, marching out those legs. Again, you can either keep the heels down, or if you want that challenge, pick the feet up and alternate those marches. Whatever is working for you, you just want that slight challenge, not too difficult, but not too easy. 10 seconds, and then our break. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and relax. Whew. We are coming back to our Russian twist in 10 seconds. In position, either heels down or feet up. 3, 2, 1. Twist those hands outside of the hips. And again, if those feet are off the ground, just make sure they stay uncrossed. Do not want to throw your hips off balance. We just have a little bit over 10 seconds, and then we are done with Russian twist for the day. Keep it going. Hands coming outside of that hip. Keep the core engaged nice and tight. We have 3, 2, 1. Let's march it out. Alternating, extending the legs out. Either heels down, toes up, or hovering it. And then still extending the legs out. Keep that core nice and strong. You got it, you got it. We're halfway, almost there. Keep that back nice and straight, shoulder blades back. We just have 5 seconds. You got this, you got this. 3, 2, 1. Let's rest. We're gonna bring it into our plank position. Our 2, we have our cross body. So knee to that opposite elbow, and then we come down onto our forearms for hip dips. Let's bring it to that high plank, cross body. Go ahead, knee, opposite elbow. We are starting, keeping that hand, those hands under your shoulders, just alternating knee to opposite elbow. No kicking back this time, so those shoulders should stay right over your hands the entire time. Keep the hips down. We have 3, 2, 1. We are on our forearms. Go ahead, hips go side to side, stopping right before they touch the ground. Keep it moving. We got 20 seconds before our break. Stay strong. Keep the elbows right under those shoulders. Hips nice and low. You want that straight line. We just have 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and relax. Whew. Get in a nice quick shoulder circle. And then we're going to bring it right back, cross body in our high plank, hands and toes. We have 3, 2, 1. Knee to that opposite elbow. Keep the butt down. We are halfway. This is our last set. And then after this, we drop it down onto our forearms. We just have single digits, 7 seconds. Stay strong. 3, 2, 1. Onto our elbows, hip dips, side to side. Keep it moving. We got 20 seconds. These are our last set. Looking good, Alex. Bring it side to side. Stopping right before that hip touches the ground. We got 10 seconds. And then we get to turn it back over onto our back in 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn it onto our backs. Legs extended. We got scissor kicks. So our legs alternating up and down. And then our second, we bend them and we alternate those leg extensions. Let's start with the scissor kicks. Now, kicking them up and down, nice and straight. Bring that lower back to the floor. If you want that extra challenge, keep your hands right over your chest as you kick. Just make sure that lower back stays flat. We have 5 seconds before we bring the knees in. Bring the knees in. Alternate leg extensions now, like you're riding a bike. Again, lower back should stay nice and flat again. Alternating those leg extensions like you're pedaling on a bike. We got 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1. Go ahead and relax. 15 seconds, and then we are back to our scissor kicks. Legs extended. We are kicking in. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and bring them up. Switching them back and forth. And again, if you want that extra challenge, hands over the chest as you kick. Just make sure that you can keep that lower back pressed to the floor. We have 5 seconds before we bend those legs and bring the knees in and bike it out. Same thing, you can still keep those hands right over that chest as you bike it out. Just same thing, lower back nice and flat. Halfway, and then we're done with this pair. We're already more than halfway through our workout. We got 5 seconds. Keep it going. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, rest. Bring the feet in nice and flat. We just have a nice simple crunch. Bringing that shoulder blade up, and then we're gonna come up for a sit-up for a rotation. Crunching it in 1, crunch it up. Shoulders should just be coming off the ground. Legs bent, feet flat, plant them and press through the feet as you bring your shoulders off the ground, chin off that chest. We have 10 seconds before we fully sit it up, back completely off the ground. In 3, 2, 1. We're gonna sit it up all the way. Rotate it to the right, then bring it back down. Sit it up, rotate it to the left. Our rotational sit up. Keep that core nice and strong as you rotate. We have 10 seconds. Let's relax. Bring it back down onto the floor. Feet are planted, arms over our chest. Last time, our crunch and then our rotational sit up. We start those crunches in 2, 1, shoulders up, just the shoulders. Focusing on the upper portion of our core now. We're halfway. 10 seconds, and then we are done with crunches. We're gonna sit it up all the way in 3, 2, 1, bring it all the way up. Rotate it to the right, back down, back up, rotate it to the left. And as you come down, take it nice and slow. Stay in control, make that core work. We have 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's relax. We're going to lay on our back. We have an alternating cocoon. Arms over our head. We have one knee in. We're going to bring that knee in, crunch it up, extend the other leg out. Crunch it up, then back to the other. 1, bring it in. We are starting. Extend that other leg out. Back in, and then the other. Keep it going. So as you crunch in, you extend one leg out. So when you crunch in, both knees should be tucked in. And then as you lay down, one leg comes out. We have 10 seconds. And then we come into some windshield wipers. 3, 2, 1. Arms out to the side. We drop the knees down, left and right, keeping those legs bent, just like so. Making sure those shoulder blades stay on the ground. If you want a little bit of a challenge, when you drop those knees down to one side, extend the legs out, then extend it back in, and then switch sides and do the same. That's only if you can keep both those shoulder blades on the ground. Let's relax. One more set for both of these, starting with that alternating cocoon. And then we just have one pair left after this. Cocooning it in 3, 2, 1. Tuck that knee in, shoulders up, lay back down, extend one leg out. We have 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Arms out to the side, knees drop down, windshield wipers. If you want that extra challenge, when you drop it down, extend the legs out, bring it in, and then switch. Again, you're stopping right before the knees touch the ground or before those shoulder blades peel off the ground. We have 7 seconds, and then we turn it over in 3, 2, 1. Let's flip it over. Our last pair, we got mountain climbers, and then a nice simple elbow plank hold. So hands and toes, high plank. We got mountain climbers in 3, 2, 1. Alternate tucking those knees in. Keep the shoulders over the hands. And if you need to, you can always slow down those mountain climbers just into some nice and simple knee tucks. We got 10 seconds before we bring it down to our elbows and just hold a plank in 4, 3, 2, 1. Elbow plank hold, drop it down, hold that plank. Keep the hips down, nice straight back. 20 seconds, shoulders right over those elbows. We're almost there. After this, we get our break and then one last round to finish it all off. We got 5 seconds. Stay strong. 3, 2, 1. Let's relax. Whew. One more of each, and that's it. Just a minute of work, our mountain climbers, and then our plank mountain climbing in 4, 3, 2, 1. Climb it out. Alternate those knees, nice and quick, or if you need to, slow it down. Nice simple knee tucks. Float those shoulders over the hands. We have 10 seconds. Almost there. And then our plank hold in 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Hold that plank on our forearms. This is it. Just 30 seconds. And then we get to stretch it out, cool it down. Shoulders over those elbows. We're almost there. We are halfway. Stay strong. Almost to the weekend. We got 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's relax. Whew. Go ahead, grab some water, and then meet me in a child's pose position, sitting on our heels, knees wide, feet together, palms reaching as far as they can, chin to chest, unlocking that lower back. Go ahead, take a nice deep inhale through the nose, and then exhale it out through the mouth. One more time, let's inhale it through the nose. And this time, let's exhale and walk those hands over towards the left. Bringing your nose to that left knee. Reach that right hand as far as it can go. Feel that stretch in your right upper back. Let's go ahead, bring it back, center. And then exhale over towards the right. Reaching that left arm. Let's go ahead, bring it back center. Let's place our forehead on the ground. We're going to swing our hands behind our back, interlock those fingers, and then raise our arms up. Option to either stay seated on your heels or come on up, lift the hips, and roll onto your head. Only if this does not hurt your neck. If it does, stay seated on your heels. We just have 3, 2, 1. Let's bring it back down. Swing the arms back overhead into child's pose position. You're next going to come into our puppy pose. Palms down. Pick the hips off the heels. Slide those hands forward as far as they can go. Then place the forehead down nice and gently. Melt the chest. Feel that stretch in your shoulders and upper chest. Keep the hips as high as they can be. We just have 3, 2, 1. Staying in this position. We're going to thread the needle, keeping our right hand where it is. Left hand flips over and goes across and under that right arm. Head should be looking towards the right now. Again, option to either stay as you are or take that right hand and bring it up to the sky. Making sure you're looking up at that right hand, keeping those hips nice and even in the air. We have 3, 2, 1. Bring the right arm back down, and then the left back into our puppy pose. Switching sides, right hand comes across and under the left, head tilts to the left, and then if you want to, stay as you are, or left arm comes up. Try to look up at that hand if you can. Keep the hips nice and even. And then let's go ahead, drop that left hand, and then the right back into our child's pose. We're going to slide the hands back into our quadruped position, and let's pick the knees on up into our downward dog. Pedal out those heels. Maybe you hold one side down for a few seconds longer than the other. Just depends how tight or loose your calves are feeling. Push those shoulders back. Nice straight arms. And then from here, we're going to go ahead, come into our three-legged dog. Right leg comes up. And then we are going to bend the left as we bring that right foot forward into our runner's lunge. Option to either stay in this position or to drop that left knee down into that low lunge. Staying as we are, left hand down. Let's pick the right hand up, twist to the right, shoulders stacked on top. You can do this in either position, the runners or the low lunge. And then let's go ahead, drop that right hand down. We're gonna drop the left knee down too if you aren't already in a low lunge. And we're gonna push the hips back, extend the right leg, lift the toes, fold it forward, stretch out the hamstrings. If you need to, bend that right knee slightly. Try to keep the back as straight as you can. We have 3, 2, 1. Push the hips forward, drop that right knee. Hands on the ground, curl the left toes, pick that left knee up, and let's step the right foot back into that downward dog. Switching sides, left leg comes up, bend that right knee slightly to bring that left foot forward, align the knee and the ankles, and again, you can either drop that right knee down if you'd like to into that low lunge, or you can stay as we are in this runner's lunge. Right hand down, we twist to the left, look up at the hand. We have 3, 2, 1. Bring it on down, drop that right knee, uncurl the toes, push the hips back, extend the left leg, and fold it forward. Again, keeping that back as straight as you can. And if you need to, slightly bend that left knee, take some of the pressure off. Let's go ahead, push it forward, drop the toes, hands planted, curl that right toe, pick up that right knee, and we are going to step that right foot forward into our forward fold. Try to reach those hands to the floor. If you can't do it with the legs straight, it is okay to bend them. And then from here, let's go ahead. Inhale it on up, sweep those arms overhead. Reach, reach, reach. And then exhale that left arm down. Bend it to the left, keeping that right arm overhead. And then again, inhale it up. Exhale, right arm down this time as we lean it to the right. And then inhale it once more. Bring the palms together. Come into a slight back bend. Lift the chin slightly to stretch out the core. And then go ahead, bring it back, center nice and tall. One last nice big inhale up. Reach, reach, reach. And then go ahead, just exhale those arms down. Relax your shoulders. Whew. That is all I have for class today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed today's workout. And have a great weekend. Hopefully I'll see you all next week. Have a good one, Alex and Eric.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.